I'm working on the Hemi Dart project here at Dave's Hot Rod Garage today. In the trunk, the previous owner cut a giant hole for a very small fuel cell, and unfortunately he cut the rail. He cut into the trunk floor inside the rail and left a big gap up at the front, so I trimmed the whole piece out, and you can see the lip where the two are welded together. Most of it's gone, so we're making a new part for it. I cut this piece of angle iron to repair the flange that's gone in the trunk area. It's something we're going to mount the fuel cell to it, and I've got it cut so I have a long leg which the fuel cell will sit on, and then the short leg will get welded to the inside of the frame rail. But unfortunately, when I marked a notch that I have to take out, I marked it on the wrong leg. So this is to show you how I'm going to repair my mistake. I cut a piece, or put the piece back in and beveled the edges, and put a couple of pieces of welding rod in to make up the gap where the saw blade takes the material away. Fortunately, when you make a mistake with steel and you cut a piece out, you can add it back. Well, here I fully welded the piece, and we'll turn it over. You can see what the back side looks like. Oh, here's a shot of the flange welded into the car, and you can see, barely tell where I put that piece in that I accidentally cut out. We'll metal finish this down and set our cradle on it. This is what the cradle looks like. This will attach here like that. We'll bolt it in on both sides, and there's the fuel cell up there with a flange on top that'll drop in place. I started welding the extension into the trunk floor on the Dart. I clamped it down with a couple of clamps and then hammered it a little closer and migged it in place. As you can see over here, there's a substantial gap. So what I'll do is move the clamps along and get the piece welded in as you go. We fixed the big hole in the trunk where the metal was cut out, and attached in a used part that we received from a gentleman in Florida. Did a quick touch-up spray on the trunk with gold, which is what the car was originally, and we're getting ready to set the fuel cell and cradle and the pieces in. I finished up the work in the trunk to put a flange on to hold this side of the fuel cell, and now we're making a couple of aluminum pieces that will rivet down to fill the gaps. Now I'm attaching aluminum panels that will fill the void in the trunk that the previous car owner cut a gigantic hole in. So we make these panels out of soft aluminum, put some beads in them to stiffen them a little bit, and when we attach the parts together with pop rivets, I put a little bead of seam sealer in there so that we don't have exhaust fumes or dust coming in the car. So here's the shot with the clecos in place with a couple of rivets in. These are really quick and easy to use tool. I think they were developed for the aircraft industry. They spread apart after they go through the hole and hold your panels in place. Real simple to use, not very expensive. If you're going to do a bunch of sheet metal work on your car, it's a great tool to have.